All right, in this video, we're going to talk about Deontay Wilder getting that DAZN money. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury getting that big DAZN money because they will be airing the fight in 5 countries. That makes Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury global stars. Let's talk about that and what that means in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. Let me tell you. It all comes around in the end, doesn't it? Always comes around in the end. Whole lot of people were talking about Deontay Wilder screwing up because he didn't get that DAZN money when they offered him $100 million for a multi-fight deal. Now, watch this. Know what I'm saying? $100 million for a multi-fight deal, because it is not $120 million. It is $100 million. And just jacking stuff up 20% is not necessary. $100 million is already a lot of money, but Deontay Wilder turned it down, right? So you heard a lot of certain group of people say Deontay Wilder screwed up. Oh, he's so ducking. What a dumb decision. You know, it's amazing how many dumb decisions Deontay Wilder made that wound up working for his benefit. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed how many dumb decisions this guy's made that has wound up being working for him? So my thought is either Deontay Wilder is the luckiest guy in the world because all of these dumb decisions keep working out for him, or maybe the people that think he's dumb aren't so smart themselves. I'll lean towards point number 2. So in this case, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are fighting in the biggest heavyweight pay-per-view fight that in the United States for sure, I do believe in the world, since Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson. That's what I would say is the last fight of this amount of anticipation and of this magnitude. The fight between Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson. And if you don't know when that was, it was a long ass time ago. Okay, so Deontay Wilder's in this pay-per-view. Who is the guy that is the headliner of this pay-per-view? It is Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder fought a pay-per-view, just got it out of a pay-per-view before that against Luis Ortiz. And 2 fights before that had a pay-per-view with with Tyson Fury before. Now, all of this happened after Deontay Wilder made a dumb decision, according to many people, a very dumb decision. He decided not to take $100 million. He decided not to excuse me. That wasn't the $100 million mistake. This mistake was he decided that he was going to stop following around Anthony Joshua. He was going to stop trying to get Anthony Joshua to take $50 million or settle with Deontay Wilder for $15 million guaranteed flat fee. $15 million guaranteed flat fee against Anthony Joshua for a big pay-per-view, right? He decided not to do that. That decision winds up being correct because he, according to reports, got $20 million for Luis Ortiz rematch with upside of whatever the pay-per-view is, with the upside from the pay-per-view. So he, by leaving and not continuing to be led by the nose by Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua, wound up making more money on his own terms against Luis Ortiz on a pay-per-view event than he would have gotten if he had settled and fought AJ on what obviously would have been as big a fight as the fight he's having today, that he has this weekend with Tyson Fury. So an example of something dumb Deontay Wilder did wound up being a good decision. So as to the subject of this video, there was another dumb decision that Deontay Wilder made. Deontay Wilder was offered a $100 million multi-fight deal for DAZN. And according to that, it was going to be for the Dominic Breazeale fight right? The Dominic Breazeale fight, one other fight, then Anthony Joshua, then he was supposed to be fighting Anthony Joshua. That's what I recall of it. So what happens with this? Deontay Wilder says no. He turns down the DAZN money. He fights Dominic Breazeale on Showtime. Then in the second fight, which would have been on DAZN for some fixed amount of money, wound up being Luis Ortiz for a pay-per-view. And then now a fight that wouldn't have been happening, the biggest fight that we've seen in the heavyweight division since Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, would not have been happening if Deontay Wilder had signed that DAZN contract. Because Tyson Fury's not signed with DAZN, and he would have had to fight somebody that was selected by DAZN or approved by DAZN. And how do we know that DAZN would have approved Tyson Fury? We don't. Would he have been able to fight Anthony Joshua? I doubt it very much, because Anthony Joshua just got off back-to-back fights with Andy Ruiz. And now we'd be going into Tyson. What would Deontay Wilder be doing now? We don't know. Maybe fighting Derek Chisora, maybe fighting, some other guy closely associated with Matchroom. Maybe, hey, maybe he could knock out Michael Hunter for the WBC belt. Maybe he'd be fighting maybe he'd be fighting his mandatory Dillian White. The Dillian White fight. Oh yeah, because he would have signed with DAZN. But that was a dumb decision because he didn't get all that DAZN money. But as it turns out, the fight with Tyson Fury gets picked up by DAZN to be aired in 5 countries: in Germany, in Austria, in Spain, in Switzerland, and Italy. So besides the money, because I'm quite sure they're not paying $100 million for the fight, they're going to pay a pretty penny. Now, they're going to pay a penny. They're going to pay a pretty penny. But what does that make Deontay Wilder? Something that another criticism from Deontay Wilder that was made by so many people for so long. Yeah, that's right. He's not global. He's not global. Now, he's only in the United States. The United States, all you guys think that the whole world is in the United States. No, I don't think the whole world is in the United States. I do think the United States is on the globe, though. So, technically speaking, if you're fighting in the United States, you're fighting on the globe, so you are global. But whatever. However, I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say international, okay? So, although Canada might not count, or multi-hemispheric, maybe that's what it should be. Multi-hemispheric, that you're both in the Eastern Hemisphere and the Western Hemisphere. Because Anthony Joshua is not big in the Western Hemisphere. He's big in the Eastern Hemisphere. He's biggest over there in the UK. He's big, I guess, in Saudi Arabia and throughout Europe, in the countries that border the UK. But now Deontay Wilder is fighting a guy from the UK, so that everybody that would be watching that fight in the UK that knows Anthony Joshua knows Deontay Wilder, knows Tyson Fury. So not only is it big in the United States, it is also big in the UK. And then you have DAZN making sure that it gets out to its millions, all 5 million of their subscribers that exist in Germany, Austria, Spain, Switzerland, and Italy. I doubt that it doesn't sound like they got the China market, though. Doesn't sound like they got the China market. They definitely wouldn't get the Canadian market or the Mexican market or the South American market. I do believe, that those are already bought and paid for. But it just seems to me that this is another example of Deontay Wilder having made a bunch of very, very good decisions that he was getting hated on terribly bad for a long while. Now, heading into the fight with Deontay Wilder, I'll say this, I do believe the fight could go either way. Tyson Fury is an excellent fighter. Deontay Wilder is an excellent fighter. Both these guys deserve to be where they are. I'm rooting for Deontay Wilder, but I'm not silly enough to say that Tyson Fury is not an excellent fighter. It is not a tough hill to overcome. But Deontay Wilder just overcame, I think, a hill that is just as tough in Luis Ortiz, and he did that twice. Funny thing is, if Deontay Wilder beats Tyson Fury, I'm sure all this line of reasoning that I've been hearing and that I just covered in this fight will continue, but we'll see. Anyway, it is what it is. Much love to everybody that supports the channel in the super chat and the Cash App and the live streams, everybody that joins as a member and everybody that is on Patreon. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.